Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will show you how to grow a few types of tomato seedlings. I'll explain how they produce and what the differences are between them. The seedlings you see here are these are the seedlings I produced from the seeds I took out of the tomatoes I bought from the market. This one in the middle is actually the maternity pepper. It had a stem left over from last year. Let's plant some tomatoes around the edges so that the pot isn't empty. Now I'm carefully separating them from the Albanian pepper. I will plant them in the same pot. At the end of this planting, we will learn the answer to the question of whether we can buy products from tomatoes bought from the market. Some of my viewers have asked this question on my channel, which is, if I plant the tomatoes I bought from the market, can I get produce from them? That's right. Some friends have also written answers to these questions. Yes, you can or you can't. Everything will be clear at the end of this video. I left some soil around Arnold Bibini. I left it with the remaining soil. I'm going to take it out again after a while. It's already from there. Let's put this aside. For now we are digging up the slightly damp soil, enough to place our seedling. We're digging up our soil. We're digging enough to place our seedling. Now, after buying from the market and germinating, to keep our tomato seedling, which we've brought to the seedling stage, more resilient and away from pests, we're sprinkling some cinnamon powder on its roots. At the same time, we're sprinkling some on the soil and carefully planting it in our pot. We'll do the same process for the other seedlings and plant all of our seedlings in the pot. We'll sprinkle cinnamon on our fourth seedlings and plant them in the same way. Actually, you shouldn't plant 4 tomato seedlings in a pot this size. But what is our goal here? To conduct an experiment. When the seedlings grow, we'll see if each one bears fruit in the same way. So, from the market, from the bazaar, after germinating tomatoes or other products and turning them into seedlings, we plant them in our garden. Because, what did we say? Some of our friends said, yes, you will buy a product. Some said you will buy a bad product. Now, we're doing this to get their answers. Let's see if each seedling will produce the same product. Let's not forget this. All of these seedlings came from the same tomato. But I mentioned it in my other videos as well. How is hybridization, F1, produced? Saying, you can watch the video related to this from the link above. So, there are differences within the same tomato. We're going to take them out now. After giving our first water, our life-giving water, we're done with this pot. We can now put this on the balcony. We'll do the same with the other pot. I'm going to plant the tomatoes. I had put these seedlings into various small containers into other pots. I germinated them there. I'm taking pieces from there. Just to reiterate, I germinated from the same seed inside the tomato. These again, I'm going to sprinkle cinnamon. I won't sprinkle cinnamon on the last one. I want to see that growth difference again. The last one, I won't sprinkle cinnamon on it. I want to plant this in a different way. Already, we will see how strong and robust it is at the end of the video, how it differs. I'm going to plant this one like this too. Now I've taken care of the 2 seedlings in the pot. These are Anatolian peppers. These are my tomatoes. Now we will wait Once they have grown enough, let's see what the differences will be between them. About a month later, at work, these are the tomatoes we bought from the market. As you can see here, there were tomatoes at the bottom and leaves at the top. This is looking very healthy now. I want to come over here while I'm explaining this. Look at this one. Well, no. Here are the same tomatoes from the same seed we got from the market. So this hybridization process. I mentioned that I have a link above. If you take a closer look, there are two different ones there. Look, the tomatoes here have produced quite well. It's going to produce even more very healthy. This is from the seed of the tomato we got from the market, and there are flowers on top. We're going to get quite a yield from this stem. Some of them are trying to produce one, or maybe just one. It's skipping that too. So, it will either be tasteless tomatoes or it won't produce at all. After a certain point, it will dry out. Here we see that the seed of the tomato we bought from the market is also good. Here we have both the cluster tomatoes that have produced and this one as well. When we look at the top, there are flowers as well. It's like one is full and the other is empty. Our seedlings, one is producing and the other seems like it's not. This is the difference between them. This one is probably the one with cinnamon. The one on the right, it has flowered from the top. This one on the right, yes. So that's it. It's reached the height of the others. It was a bit smaller when we planted it, but we won't be able to get any yield from this either. Maybe it will produce one tomato, but it won't grow fully. So it's not useful for us. I want to say this. There are videos on my channel about this too. I made quite a few explanations about this topic. We said that when we hybridize tomatoes, to produce F1 hybrid seeds, we need two different varieties. We're combining the pollen of one tomato that has a good shelf life with another that is tasty. We are producing a new variety. After we plant the seeds of the tomatoes we've produced in our field, we send the resulting tomatoes to the market. When you plant the seeds from the tomatoes you bought from the market, you can get a hybrid tomato like this. So, now they are being divided into varieties. These are also products that come from the seeds of the same tomato. As you can see, it's blooming reluctantly. Let me put it this way. But when we look at this is, for example, an F1 seed. Hybrid seed. There are tomatoes at the bottom and there are flowers at the top. This is the difference. So you actually, when you plant a hybrid, you can get the tomatoes that I just showed you in the previous post from the seeds that will come out of it, from the tomatoes that will come out of this. It's a little complicated, but I hope I explained it. This is our cucumber. I left this one as a seed. You can also watch my video about growing cucumbers in pots. You can access it from the link at the end of this video. I have two very healthy cucumbers, continuous with dripping water. I'm watering these. These tomatoes are what we call heirloom tomatoes, meaning they are not made from F1 or GMO seeds. These are our tomatoes that smell amazing. The product yields a lot, but what's the downside? After you take this, selling it in the market or at the bazaar is a bit difficult because it has no shelf life. That's why producers don't prefer these kinds of tomatoes. So we saw three different types of tomatoes. F1, seed, the seeds from the store, and these heirloom seeds. I recommend you watch my video until the end. Don't miss the visual deserts. How do the tomatoes lift their leaves upwards? I want you to watch this in slow motion. Soon, I will also share videos of these three types of tomatoes in their ripe and grown states. If you found this video helpful and liked it, please hit the like button. And please, Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and activate the bell to watch my next videos.